Welcome back to You Loving Life. I'm Michelle. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Today I pulled the card of the crow, which indicates law. But this is not the law of the physical universe. This is spiritual law. So it is a reminder that you are bound by spiritual law. And it has come to remind you that you are also able to shapeshift, as the crow is also a symbol of shape-shifting. So this art includes doubling or being in two places at one time consciously, taking on another physical form, and observing things happening far away. I can tell you that it has actually personally happened to me, and it was an incredible experience whilst awake. One time so far in my many years of living on this planet that I was actually able to do that. And I have videos that I can attach at the end of this to explain to you how that actually works. It is a very real thing, and it is just an indication that your consciousness is expanding. Okay. So the crow is here to remind you that you are spirit. All right. And you are under the law of spirit, not always just the law of the physical, being the earth or the country that you live in, but spiritual law. So are you obeying spiritual law? Are you being kind to yourself and others, right? So it's very important to make sure that you are obeying the spiritual law, because what comes around goes around, and that is known as the law of karma. And so if you behave accordingly in a positive way, then you will be treated that way. Unfortunately, for those who are not behaving kind or good to others, they will then, of course, receive their same treatment that they gave out to themselves. All right. So the crow is also in your spread, showing you to reflect on how you see the laws of the Great Spirit, okay, of all that is the spiritual law in relation to the laws of humanity. So it is also saying, get yourself in balance. If you're out of whack on either realm, either the physical or the spiritual realms, as far as the law, then start obeying it. Maybe you're driving too fast right now. Slow down, okay? Whatever physical universal law you live in, it's pointing you towards integrity and actually doing what you're supposed to do, standing in the truth and being mindful of what you choose to do. So it's basically saying, be willing to walk your talk, speak your truth, know your life's mission, and balance yourself. Follow the physical and the spiritual laws. So don't be an outlaw. It's coming to caw at you about the law. So make sure that if you're stepping on anyone's toes, you maybe don't do that, okay? You don't want to end up eating crow, as the saying goes. All right. So you also might want to consider weeding out past beliefs or ideas that no longer serve you, like really delving deep, okay? And honoring the shifts in your reality, even if it causes you emotional pain, which does happen when you start to go deeper. It's really important, however, to do that, because nothing stays the same and we are always expanding, always. That is the bottom line truth, that we are constantly expanding. All right. So again, soul travel is real, and the crow is definitely a harbinger of the laws of the universe, as well as a reminder that your consciousness can actually be in two places at one time. And if you practice certain things, like I chant the hue, it's the highest word for love on the planet. It just is hue, like human. You're the human, okay? The love and light, the light and sound of all that is source, God, love. And if you chant that word for 20 minutes, it raises your consciousness. And so you will have an easier time doing this art of shape shifting, doubling, or being in two places at once, if that's what you wish to do. It was a little freaky, but honestly, it was the most wonderful experience I've ever had, other than being a parent, and other wonderful things, but it was really out there and it really is real. So, this is what the crow has come to tell you. And it says, Crow, are you cawing so I may know the secrets of balance within my soul? Or are you sending your sacred caw just to remind me of universal law? So, how balanced are you when it comes to law, karma, what comes around goes around? Look at yourself, because this is a message to say that as you uplevel your conscious awareness, you will receive quicker karmic retribution. Okay. If you're not balanced in the right way. And I always talk on this channel, and you can check out my over 600 videos, that I always talk about things such as neutrality, and that being the true place of love and detachment, neutrality, versus being so positive or so negative. But finding that middle way is really helpful in upleveling your consciousness, because you're not involving yourself in other people's karma, which of course creates more karma for you. So if you're trying so hard to help someone, you're literally bringing their problems into your world. Now, I'm not saying don't help people, okay? I'm just saying, try to stay more neutral. Everyone who is an adult is responsible for their own choices, okay? And you're responsible for you and your own children always. So, hope this helped. Love you guys. Like and subscribe, or my Buy Me a Coffee link is below. I really appreciate your support. I'm happy you're here, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I will try. Yeah, I will do this. I won't try. I will attach the videos about, or one video about my out of body experience now. Lots of love.